So PR is one of those things a lot of new players are very confused with. I won't lie, when I first did PR, I had to ask a lot of questions because I was not familiar with the process whatsoever. I just knew it was grinding all that jazz, but yeah, I was never crazy about it. But in this video, we'll be talking about the best seasons to go for that everyone should do if you are probably playing for like gameplay wise, not waifu wise, but gameplay wise, because these ships are going to be really good, or most of them are going to be really good, and they're going to be useful to your party sometime in the future or like right now. Alright, so that being said, the question is, which seasons are going to be the best ones going towards your accounts? So we'll start from the best to, I guess, the worst, because it works better that way. So as of right now, I say if you guys want like the best bang for your buck, depending on what kind of player you are, I say a really good mid to late game season is going to be PR4. I say this because PR4 has a very good diversity of ships that you can use. I'm going to move my webcam up here for this video. Anchorage is a very good tank, if not like the tankiest heavy cruiser in the game. Probably one of the best tanks in the game as a whole, because she is pretty much invulnerable, cannot die that easily, and she has that USS auxiliary that she can use, which turns her into a zombie. If you guys don't know, it's this thing right here. Makes it so after your ship takes a fatal hit, she gets 8 seconds of invulnerability. That's insane. And it's only for USS ships, so Anchorage is really, really good for that kind of scenario. It makes her very powerful for that. So I say she's a very, very good tank overall. Hakuryu is also a very solid choice for a mid to end game ship as well too. The only problem is here you kind of want Shinano with her, because she needs the damage increase with Shinano, and they just work really well together because they both have very similar stats, the same reload speed, which is very good for just planning on how you want to do airstrikes. Like you want Hakuryu to go first, Shinano go first, or whatever. It makes it very easy to work with, and they just have that really good cohesion together because Shinano requires 3 Sakura Empire ships, so you have Hakuryu and Shinano, you just need one more. So it makes it very, very easy. Now E-Girl here is a very, very good tank, probably the best tank in the game, because she has heavy armor for a Vanguard. I think she's the only Vanguard in the game as of right now with heavy armor, naturally. So that is in itself very, very good. High damage well too. Highest HP, very solid tank for just upper mid-game players to end-game players. Very, very solid. If you guys ever need a solid tank that Anchorage can't do, Eagle is your way to it. Alright, so it's a very solid choice. August von Parzival. Now, she isn't the reigning like light armor, medium armor carrier that she was like a way back. Like she was very, very good for a time, but she is still very, very solid. If you guys ever want to run like a KMS carrier setup, definitely want to have her, so you can't go wrong with that at all. Marco Polo, this ship is probably like the worst one, but the fact that she has a cross barrage, it makes it so in every other fleet or whatever she does a barrage to help out or whatever, is just somewhat okay damage. And PR4 also has some crazy good gear as well too. If you guys don't know what kind of gear is in PR4, there is quite a good amount. The best thing from PR4 is definitely going to be these AP rockets right here. You get these like fairly often. They're not too rare. If I can find them, I don't know where they are anymore. I have a couple here somewhere, but they're very, very good. You probably want to have like 6 of these. Oh my, I can't even find them, dude. I'm just gonna pull out from my inventory or something because I can't find them. There they are. So these things right here, these are very good. Best in slot for medium armor. Can't go wrong with it. It's too good to be true. And then you have 10 Rise right here, which is the best dive bombers as of right now for like just general bossing. Can't really go wrong with these as well. Very, very solid choice. And then Saiuns, which are fast converging bombers, solid as well too. If you guys don't have Junkers or Ryuseis, then these are also viable options. If I can find them, okay, there you are. And then you have some heavy cruiser guns, not heavy cruiser, large cruiser guns, an okay medium armor gun, but generally those 3 gear are like the best ones there. So PR4 definitely is a go-to, and I still recommend it to this very day that a lot of people do go for PR4 first because it's just a very, very good season overall. They did a good job with this one. Now, next one, I'd probably give the PR6 because PR6 is very good for endgame. All these ships are very, very powerful endgame. Starting with Kearsarge, which is part of the best light armor, even medium armor setup as of right now, because Yorktown 2 works very, very well with Kearsarge, and Yorktown 2 is a monster on light and medium armor content. So if you guys want to run a Yorktown setup, you must have Kearsarge. Definitely a must right there. Shimanto is also a best in slot for Chapter 13 hard mode and Chapter 15, an endgame map by all means. So if you guys are struggling with those maps, Shimanto just makes it a lot easier. Now, Felix Schultz is a really good DD for Chapter 14. Again, I think a lot of DDs nowadays are built towards making Chapter 14 as easy as possible with the introduction of Mogador and even like a couple of the past DDs we had as well, like Otto Von something has like 3,000 HP. These are good DDs. So they did a really good job at making Chapter 14 easier with DDs. And Felix Schultz is definitely another good addition to have if you guys want to have an easy time in Chapter 14. Hindenburg, a very good DPS Vanguard, probably the best one right here in the list. You kind of want to use her in scenarios where they don't, your Vanguards don't take a lot of damage. It has been a prevalent thing going on for a couple months now, where the devs were like, let's just make boss do 0 damage to Vanguard, so Hindenburg can be very, very OP. But in scenarios where you're taking a lot of damage, I wouldn't use Hindenburg in the front line slot. If you want to use her in the back line slot, that's definitely okay, but you want to have your tankiest ship in the front. So you want to be careful with having her as a tank, because she's not a good tank, but she's a very, very good DPS Vanguard. Alright, so be careful with having her in the front lines. Then Flandre. Unfortunately, Flandre lived short. She basically got benched by Alsace, but again, if you still want to run a French BB setup, Richelieu, Flandre, and Alsace is a very, very good setup. So, highly recommend that. Then, as for gear, a couple of gear here is okay. I say the oh god, excuse me. I say the best gear here is definitely gonna be a Hindenburg gun. Now, it's not that good. I think some people tested the gun out and said Drake gun is a bit better, but it's still a solid gun. You can't really go wrong with this. Definitely is going to be really good on like medium armor stuff or whatever, but everything else though, probably just Drake gun. Now there are some other gears in here as well too. I don't recommend you guys make these gear unless you really want to, such as the this gun right here. What's this gun again? The let's see. Okay, this is the battleship gun. Modifiers AP. It's okay. I think it's alright. Mods are pretty good. I think it's very slow though, if I had to guess. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's pretty slow. I'd be careful with that gun. It's pretty slow. I guess that's the no, that's not the Flandre gun. It has to be Kearsarge gun or something like that. Another gun in here is like, where's it at? If I can find it. I never made these guns, so this right here, I think this is Flandre's gun. This gun is okay, but now that we have New Jersey gun, I would skip on this entirely. The other gear, don't even worry about it. But PR6 though, if you guys are at absolute end game, I would definitely work on this. It'll help you out a lot. But PR4 though, definitely still gonna be better. But PR6 though is very, very solid. Now next gonna be PR5. I say this because Plymouth here is like the sole reason as to why you want to go PR5. Herself, she's an absolute monster. Still probably one of the best Vanguards in the game as of right now. Absolute insane buffer, crazy DPS. Like, she's unstoppable, and she's pretty durable as well too. At like 6,000 HP at fully maxed out. Disgusting ships. The gear here is not so crazy though, but mainly Plymouth is what makes PR5 really, really good. Now, if you guys want to run an Alsace comp, Breast's very good as well too. It helps stack out her passive for a second skill, making it much easier to get that perma debuff up to make your whole fleet do a lot more damage. As for the other ship, Prince Rupper, she's seen better days. Harbin, I think she's still okay, but I haven't used her much recently. And then Chikalev, heavy armor is okay. definitely is a solid third choice. But if you guys have like Hakuryu, Shinano, and Implacable, I think you're okay with not having Chikala. Alright. But PR5 though, again, Plymouth is a monster. Definitely is worth going to PR5 for just Plymouth alone. Now, the next 3 seasons, I'm not too crazy because you can make these gear now multiple ways. I say focus on PR3 if you guys want to get more Drake guns. Drake guns are very good for DPS vanguards such as Hindenburg and Unzen. I mean, Unzen has a light armor gun, but if you guys want to go towards PR3, is a very solid choice for the gear. As for the ships though, not really. I wouldn't say go here. I say probably PR2 is next. Now you can make the 457 gun in the gear labs, which is going to be in this tab right here, USS battleship gun. This thing right here, you guys can make it in gear labs now, so it's not a big deal if you guys want to get it just for PR2. Back in the day, you do PR2 just to get the gun, but nowadays you don't really have to. You can just buy the gear prints well too. For this, I think you can buy a gear prints for first 3 seasons now, I think. So in this list, I say the best options is definitely going to be FDG and maybe Ozuma if you guys want to use Ozuma. But pretty much the URs are the big takeaways here. The other SSR ships have somewhat usage, but I think with how power creep is nowadays, if you guys have most of the ships in the game, then you don't need Seattle anymore for chapter 12 and 13, and you don't need Georgia for like boss and content anymore. So I guess skip all that. And then lastly, PR1. This season right here has definitely seen better days. Luckily, they're getting augments now, and I haven't looked at them yet, but I will eventually. Don't do PR1. The gear here is meh, and the ships here are definitely meh, except my girl Monarch. But yeah, this season has seen better days by all means. All right. So once again, going down the list, it's gonna be PR4, number 1. PR6, number 2, PR5, number 3, PR3, number 4, PR2, number 5, and then PR1, number 6. Alright. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.